Hello again and welcome to another SquidNet tutorial video. In this video, we'll be showing you how to install SquidNet on your render farm computers. For starters, you'll be setting up two different SquidNet processing nodes, a master node which will control your render farm and a few slave nodes that will be doing the actual rendering. To get started, first download the installers for your operating system from the SquidNet website. For the main render farm, you'll need just a single installer for each of the different SquidNet node types. For efficiency reasons, we've already downloaded the SquidNet installer as shown here on the desktop. Start by installing the master node first. On Windows, SquidNet runs as a background service, while on Macintosh and Linux hosts, SquidNet runs as a process daemon. On Windows, the SquidNet service runs under a system administrator account. This SquidNet service account, known as the SSA, must have full administrator permissions and be able to access local and network resources. To verify SSA account access permissions, on each Windows render node, create an administrator account named render or similar, with a password of your choice. Once the account is created, log out of your current Windows session and log in again using the new SSA account. Make sure you can access shared folders that you intend to access on your network storage device. Try creating and removing some files on the network share while logged in under the SSA account. If you can access the network share without issue, you should be good to go. If you need help creating your Windows SSA account, please refer to the SquidNet Create SSA Account video tutorial. If you already have an administrator account that can act as the SSA, you're free to use that account. Just make sure that the account can access your network share and that you use the same account name and password on all Windows-based rendering nodes. Repeat the same installation process on all slave render nodes. For network management reasons, please use the same SSA and password credentials on all SquidNet render farm nodes. After the installation of the master node completes, start the SquidNet main user interface as shown above. When SquidNet's main user interface opens, you should see the screen as shown. At this point, you'll need to configure your master node and register your SquidNet license. Open up the window that shows all available rendering nodes on your farm by opening the CPU nodes window. Then in the CPU nodes window, select the master node that you just installed, right-click it, then select the Set as Master menu option. Note, as shown in the CPU nodes window, all SquidNet render farm nodes appear as peers when they're initially installed. At this point your master setup is now complete. Now it's time to register your SquidNet license by selecting the Help menu option and selecting License Manager to open the registration window. Next we're going to set up a single instance of a SquidNet slave node. As the installation for all slaves is identical, we'll show one sample installation here. Using the same installer as was used for the master node, install the software as before and make sure that you use the same SSA credentials as used on the master node. When the installation completes, there's no need to start the SquidNet main user interface because all configuration is done on the master user interface. Once the slave installation completes, return to your master main interface. At this point, if all your render farm nodes are on the same network, the newly installed slave will automatically appear in the CPU nodes window. To convert the new render node to a SquidNet slave, right-click it, then select the Set as Slave menu option. Your new slave node is now configured to your render farm workflow. You are now free to add additional rendering nodes in the same manner. This completes the installation process for your SquidNet master node.